used to say to me, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Did you ever hear the expression, beauty fades, dumb is forever? Either you're playing dumb or it's not an act. You are pretty thick, stupid, outrageous, baloney, liar, baby, dumb, wise guys. Are you kidding me? Are you trying to justify to me the fact that you're an idiot? You're gonna regret the fact that you opened your eyes this morning. This one's as dumb as a bucket of rocks, I swear to you. They don't keep me here because I'm gorgeous and 5'10". Sit down.
All right. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna lighten up the mood a little bit today. Listen, marriage in today's culture, especially from the Western perspective, Westerners, this is one of those areas that, unfortunately, in many churches, not all, praise the Lord, this is not a topic that people focus on, right? It should be. Strong family is one of the greatest arguments you can have in favor of the gospel. That's what Ellen White says. Listen, I'm going to read a couple stats here. This is coming from Ford's, and Ford's have a few stats to share. And then I do have a video from my girl. I used to watch her all the time, man, on television. Judge Judy. She has some counsel, and I think it's so good and so basic. And this is particularly to women, to our husbands. And she's going to keep it simple for you. Ladies, maybe I will have another video where we talk about the husband and what husband can do to be a better husband to their wives. OK, but today is not your day. Today's the day for you to take a listen. All right. With that being said, listen, key divorce statistic in 2024. And what this is saying is how many marriages end in divorce. We're talking about 43%, but in some cases it's 50%. And he says your second marriage is about 60% higher to end in divorce, 73 on your third marriage. So your best time to stay married is the first time. Okay. When do couples divorce? So there could be different reasons for it, but it tends to happen prior to the 8th year. So according to the stats, if you go to year number 8, highly likely you might stay married. But it doesn't mean it is the case across the board. Please remember we're working with statistic here. It doesn't fit in all cases. So how long, divorce take and how much does it cost? We're not going to go into that. What happened after divorce? There could be a whole nother discussion about this. And if you've ever been through it, it is not easy. It is rough. Okay. So when considering the divorce rate, it is helpful to understand. Yeah, so the divorce rate, it is up and down. As you can tell in these numbers, there are times it rises, there are times it comes down. It all depends, okay? So 40% include a partner who is remarrying. Only 6% of divorced couples remarry each other. That's a low number. But the point is, we gotta stay married. All right, it is God's ideal that we stay together. What the Lord has joined together, let no man put asunder. Friends, you got to fight for your marriage. Just letting you know. It's one of those things that the devil is attacking. He is so determined to take and destroy marriages. His kingdom cannot last as long as there are strong families, especially families who love the Lord. What the stats are showing in marriages, children do better. Even if the marriage is not the best, family benefits, your children will benefit, your sons will benefit. Wherever there is marriage, those families tend to go to church because when you are together in marriage, you see the real issues for what they are. The bills begin to knock on the door. There are other problems that arise, and you can see the condition of the family. Oftentimes, either the husband or the wife end up going to church. So when you are married, you are most likely will end up becoming a Christian because of the responsibility and the change and the maturity that happens. Children do better in a home where there are two parents. And the same is true no matter what the ethnicity. Where there is a single parent home, the crime rates is tremendous. Those children can end up behind bars. There's a whole lot of cases that can end up in gangs and everything else. So single parenting home is like a poison pill to children. This is not to blame single parents who are doing the best that they can. And I know some of you are watching me right now. praise God for you. But he wasn't God's ideal. He was not God's ideal. But this is not to say you can't make it work. My mom made it work. Okay. And she is my star. She's my superstar. She's a loving mother, and she did all that she could as a single mother. And I think I turned out okay. So there's hope for a lot of our sons, but I'm just letting you know the stats are showing that single parent home, children that are brought up in a single parented home tend to fail, especially in the Western civilization, and things are not. This country is sets up to destroy children in a very negative way. I can go and explain to you what I mean by that in a different video. But the point of the matter is, friends, we need to fight for the ones we love. We need to fight for our marriage. We're listening to Judge Judy here. We need strong families. We need to raise our sons and daughters to fear God and to give him glory. Raise them in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. Do not provoke them to wrath. Teach them the will of God at an early age. And also, when it comes to the spouse, the husband and the wife, we got to work out our differences and love each other. But this video, particularly, we're going to talk about women. Oh, ladies, take a listen. There is a need to love the one that God gave you. I hope God is the one who gave it to you. She's going to give you that old school wisdom. Old school wisdom gets the job done. Listen, I've worked in nursing home for years. I can tell you, these people, especially the baby boomers, they stay married forever. Like, doesn't mean they had no issue. Doesn't mean there was no adultery, no problems. There wasn't certain abuses. I'm not saying this didn't exist, but they've learned how to work out their differences and fix the problems within the marriage and stay together. It's amazing when you sit down and you listen to them. You say, how did you stay married for long, man? You see, there's nothing more beautiful to see. And having been in a nursing home over 14 years of my life, there's nothing more beautiful to see is when a person is passing away. And for those of you who've worked in the field, you can tell there's nothing more beautiful than to see that spouse, that old husband or that old wife next to the bed holding her hand as she taking her last breath. That's a beautiful sight. To me, it is. I'm like, yo, that's just beautiful. You know what this means? It means it worth it all. And there's nothing more sad from my perspective. I don't know, this is not good English. One of the saddest scenes to behold is a spouse dying without a husband and a wife. I've seen this. Friends, it's not a beautiful sight. In some cases, no children. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Anyway, let's go back to Judge Judy. I've been chatting a little bit too much about this subject. Judge Judy is going to give us some old school wisdom here. Okay. I think this is Chris Watson, if I'm not mistaken here. But she's going to tell you how to stay married for a long time. Oh, this is sweet, baby. I'm not going to have a whole nother discussion about marriage here. We can talk about that. But you want to keep it simple? You want to save your marriage? You want to keep your husband happy? Take a page from her.
You've been married to retired Judge Jerry Scheinman for 47 years. Couple of questions. How do you explain it, being together for 47 years? And how do you explain the fact that 12 years in, you guys split up, got divorced, and then remarried?
Well, how do you stay married for 47 years? You get a little hard of hearing. Both of us. And, you know, we're together a lot. Jerry retired about 20 years ago, but he has his own thing. He takes wonderful care of himself. And I sort of like it because he maintains that physique that I fell in love with 48 years ago. Still has a sense of humor, still really smart and sharp. The second question you asked me is why we separated and divorced for a year. That's a long story, but the end of the story is I found, Chris, that most men were alike. I'm saying that they have basic needs that are different from women's. They like to be fed. They like to be cuddled. They like to have their alone time, that you take out the lone box and leave me alone. And if you feed them and love them up a little bit and don't get in their way too much, they're happy.
I have to say, you and I should have gotten together because feed me, love me up a little bit and leave me alone.
Perfect.
47 years and go by like that.
That was great. That was great. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. That was simple, right? Love them a little, cuddle them a little, give them some space. I'm telling you, ladies, listen, take some notes. I know you love your husband, right? You want him to do certain things and be on top of certain things and always, like, listen, give him some space. My wife gets it now. We've been married for 7 going on 8. Next month is our anniversary and we're going to do something. We don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to figure something out. Especially, we're going to figure something out. We're trying to figure something out that doesn't cost much money. Okay. Keep it simple. Stay local. But the thing is, you got to really learn to understand the one you're with. And most men are very decent men. At least the ones, I'm hoping the one you're married to. Let me take that statement back because some of us are crazy. But men are very easy to please. Like literally, like a little bit of attention, a little bit of love, feed them, and also just give them space. Like let them have their caveman moment. After having been married for 6, 7, going on 8, my wife gets it now. She knows. Listen, when I come down in the basement, leave James alone. Don't mess with Pastor James. Stop opening the door. Stop asking me questions. I'm not. She knows. Let him record his video. Let him do his Bible study. Leave him alone. Sometimes I come down here, I'm doing my prayer, I'm studying, or I'm recording. I do 3 things down here. Prayer, studying, and recording. Sometimes I do some homework down here, but when I come down here, leave me alone, woman. All right? I don't need much. I need just give me 2 hours. All I need is 2 hours, settle myself, get those thoughts going, think about life, find out who is attacking the Adventist church, and say something about them. Give them a piece of my mind. And I make sure I don't give them all a piece of my mind before I have no mind left. And turn around, read some scripture, do some praying, add somebody to my prayer list, read a little bit of Bible. And I'm happy, man. And I can go back and live life, and I'll take care of the yard. I'll clean this and I'll clean that and I'll do this. You don't have to tell me a thing. It will be done automatically. But when you put a chain around our necks, do this and do that consistently, like you're going to lose your husband. You're going to drive him crazy. Stop doing that. I'm just saying, ladies, don't do that. You can make your requests, but don't overwhelm him. Please don't overwhelm him. Rub his head a little bit. Go sit on the couch next to him. Find out what's going on in his life. Ask him some question. You'll see what happens. I know. Wait. You've been looking at my t-shirt. Yep, you've been looking at my t-shirt for a while, and I can see that you like what I'm wearing right now. And I got another one for you. Look at this. Sunday isn't the Sabbath. Saturday is. Yeah. So if you love what I got going on here and you want to partake, listen. We need Christ for the crisis. Listen, I got a few of those, and I'm gonna, keep buying some of them. So if you want to know how to get some, link in the description below. Go to the merch and go over there. Wear your witness. Start a conversation. Like I tell people, when I'm wearing these t-shirts, sometimes people stop me and say, "I love your shirt." Some people ask questions. I was wearing one I have another one that says Jesus Christ. Listen, we had a whole conversation with a young lady, prayer, offered Bible study, invited her to church because I was wearing a t-shirt. Friends, you have no idea what people are listening to, what could happen because you're wearing a t-shirt. I just wanted to put it out there because I know that you've been looking at my t-shirt. So I just wanted to make sure this one says, "Be strong in the Lord." Yeah, you know where I'm coming from. Anyway, friends, let's keep going. He will turn around and love you too. He will give you the attention that you need. It's that simple of a thing, but we make it complicated, but it's really not that complicated. Ladies, I know. You want to hear your side of the story. we have to come back for part 2. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. I can't give it all to you today. But remember that marriage is honorable, the bed is undefiled. God has called us to stay together. There's nothing more powerful than a beautiful, loving couple raising children to fear the Lord. This is one of the most powerful means, and the enemy hates this. The enemy, we are told, the communist, Marxist, Karl Marx says, family is the enemy number one. And I'm telling you, from Satan's handbook, he hates family. And you go through the Bible, you know, this has always been about the family. It's always been destroying the family. And once the family is destroyed, forget it. The community is destroyed. Society is destroyed. The world is destroyed. And before you know it, we don't know what we're doing today. We are confused. Men trying to have babies. We don't know. Some say, I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm a this. They're confused about their identity. Why? Broken home, broken family is the result. This is why I say, fight for the one you love. Pray for each other, pray with each other, and spend time with one another. Be intentional about that. You know, so as you do more of this, it will amaze you what the Lord will do. Work out your differences. Some things will shock you. Some things you might find will leave you like, oh, what in the world? But guess what? Pray, work with it, be patient with each other. The Lord will bless you. The Lord will keep you, and he will save your family and raise these children to fear God and to give him glory. Much more could be said. Link in the description below. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. I want to hear from you. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.